Hello there. Welcome for a tag along ride with me and either see how bad I screw up or, I don't know, actually get the job done. I was hoping that I could be able to find uh, one of those super transport jobs where I'm currently sitting here in Bakersfield, but I'm not finding anything available. So, what I'm thinking about doing is trying to find something that's basically within California to California and see if where we can go from there. Let's uh let's try this and see how it's gonna work. Now I don't have any of that fancy track IR stuff. I'm actually using a Cytec side panel as my camera to rotate from left, straight, and right. Um, I think it works pretty good for what it is. I'm hoping also that the audio through the game is coming through good on that end, or your end rather. I tried to turn it down on my end so I, wouldn't have to feel like I was talking over it so loud. Um, Anyhow, let's get on with it. This is the new Volvo VNL that just come out. I like the truck. I think it's pretty decent. We were having a discussion over in Discord about it. Well, not my Discord per se, but another Discord server, and some of the people seem to think that it doesn't sound all that good. I think it sounds pretty good. And yeah, I am using a wheel also with the shifter, obviously. Um, it's a G920. I'm speeding, let me slow down. Good thing I did too. Got a light. But so far, I think I've did two of the jobs, and or maybe three. I don't remember. And two out of the three seemed to be not too bad. There was one that had an air conditioning system. It was a little rough, and I was, talking about it last night also. It said that, when you, I don't know how in the world anybody that was in like real life, um, if they were hauling such an oversized load, and the, I just missed my turn entirely. Oh my god. Alright. Can I do an illegal U-turn here? We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Anyway, as I was saying, regarding the oversized load, the uh, follower vehicle, which was a police car, led me up to an overpass like an off ramp, and I had to make a left turn. Okay, well, no big deal. Well, as soon as I get up on top of the bridge, lo and behold, there's like a traffic line from like the other side of the freeway going across the bridge to where I had to turn. And I'm seriously thinking, how in the fuck are you supposed to be able to turn in such a fashion? And Jesus, I missed my turn again. God, I suck at this. And the sad part is I'm not trying to suck at it. But yeah, how are you supposed to be able to, you know, turn and not get hung up on the traffic? With you only having like, oh, I don't know, what, maybe 2.5 feet on each side? Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think this was the one I was gonna take. I don't nearly upload enough of this or ETS 2, and I probably should. But I mean, I tell you, it's one of those situations where you just don't have the time. Um, you know, here it is that I recently have started working again, and it's kind of ironic because the job that I did have, they let me go from. Let me get out here on the road and we'll talk. But yeah, they let me go from it or whatever. And this was probably back in last September, give or take. I forgot which, like what month it was or whatever. It wasn't even that important because it pissed me off so bad, and it was so stupid. And if you work in the automotive field and you work with a real asshole that's a service manager, you probably can feel where I'm coming from. Because the guy was really a douchebag. I mean, 100% grade A D-bag. And, you know, I was already pretty, I guess you could say, screwed over. I was only working like a 40-hour week. And, you know, to some that's a lot. And to me it was okay. You know, I needed the money. And, more or less what had happened is that I had come in on a Wednesday because it was a Monday through Friday type job. And Wednesdays was like only a 4-hour day. And so I go in, and the first thing that I see was a vehicle that the service manager had brought in. it was covered from top down in mud and dirt, and just nasty as hell, right? And see, that's the business that I worked in. I worked in the detail business. I mean, I've done car washing and cleaning and stuff like that since I was 15 or so. And it doesn't come from lack of education or anything like that. It's just around here, jobs aren't, that popular. They either, it's one of those situations where you got to be like really educated, or you got to know somebody that's up the food chain in order to get in somewhere good. Or you can go through a temp service. And honestly, when I say that's sometimes it's not all that grand. I'm gonna set the cruise there and just chill. But anyway, I walk in, it's a 4-hour day, and I see this truck that's sitting there that's covered from the top down, inside and out with mud. It was a service manager's son. It was his truck. And his son doesn't give a shit about anything that he had to drive. Whether it was brand new or used or a pile of crap, whatever. He didn't care. He would take a brand new vehicle and just completely just run it into the ground. And, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, okay, what's this about? And I see my coworker that also was in the same type of business that I am, standing there with essentially his dick in his hand. And it's not too much fun to be in a situation where you see somebody that you work with standing there not doing anything, but also you've got a truck that you've got to get completely detailed basically within 4 hours. And there is a difference between a dealership detail and a specialty detail. A specialty detail are going to be like for example, there's a guy that's on YouTube. It's called Ammo NYC or Ammo NYC, and that's essentially what he does for a living. He details specialty, he does specialty detailing for like top shelf, high range, 5-star type cars, Porsche, Lambo, Ferrari, you name it. I'm here working at a damn Ford dealership, and it's a piece of shit Ranger. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's viewers out there that are of mine that either are subbed or may come along and see this and be like, okay, well, what's he talking about? And I don't want to get on their bad side, but when I say the guy's truck was a piece of shit, it was a piece of shit. That it ain't nothing against Ford, Chevy, Nissan, Dodge, Toyota, no brand. We're not throwing no brands under the bus, so to speak. So I flip shit, right? I was pissed off, man. I mean, really pissed off. And I let it be known. And of course, the end result was me being told that I was fired. I said, okay. It sucks, but it happens. It happens every single day to all kinds of types of different people. The other suck ass part about this is having to get back up to speed again. Jesus. There's the gear that I wanted right there. Alright, dude. I gotta get over. I'll finish telling my story here in a minute. Don't worry. There's more to it than just that. There's always usually a good and a bad with the story, and I'm telling the bad first. Bruh. I think the drivers that are in this game, the AI, are just as bad as they are in real life, where they will try to get right up underneath you. And they don't care how big you are. You know? Okay, so anyway, back to the story. So, I get fired. And come home, gather my thoughts, and just see what I can do from there. So it's been essentially hit and miss with the job market and trying to get into a place or see what some place is about, what they can offer, what they can't offer. And Jesus, I about got that guy. But all around, it hadn't been all that great. Yeah. Well, he'll get it when I get there. So, just a few days ago, see, today is now Sunday, and I started back there Thursday. I think it was Monday. I got a phone call from a former employee, and he tells me, he's like, "Hey man, what's going on? Yada 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 yada. What have you been up to? How's things going?" Now I lay it all out, and he tells me, he says, "Well, what would you think about getting your old job back?" And I was like, "Hey," I said, "that might be all right as long as you know." I hate stopping on the hill. Alright guys, come on, let's move. I just went right on through that light. Didn't have a care in the world. But he was like, "How would you like your job back?" And I said, "Well, depending on how things are, sure. If they're good, so be it. If they're bad, then, why not?" And he's like, "Well, service manager's no longer here, X, Y, and Z, I was like, "Alright, well." Went down there and had a talk with the guy. Got set up to go in this past Thursday morning. And I've started back with $1 more an hour than what I originally was at. It does come with a little bit more tasks than previous, which is, it happens. Come on, go into gear. so basically straight up and back. So far so good. Everything has been great. It just kind of puts me in a bind from recording times and stuff. Because oftentimes there's either people here, and I should have turned the wheel the other way. Oftentimes there's people here, so I can't really do a whole lot of talking, or it's too loud, or, you know, everything under the sun. So I do what I can, when I can, how I can. I'm trying my best with the most absolute honesty that I can possibly give. Don't get me wrong. I didn't earn a whole lot of money on YouTube. I didn't. However, the extra $100 a month sure did come in handy. That I'm no longer getting anymore, simply because of the way YouTube has set up stuff, whatever. I know there's a damn pool there. I got a mile to come over too. I probably just busted a headlight on one of those cars. Yeah, I know anybody watching just be like, God, this guy sucks. So, hey, if anybody got anything to say, they can't say it because I've already said it. So how about that? One thing about SCS is they do make their delivery points very, very complicated. Well, you know what? We're gonna take that. We're gonna take it. All right. Let's see what we got here. Probably not a damn thing. Oh, we do. And I haven't done either one of these. So what's it gonna be? They're both going to the same spot. Let's do the tires. What the hell? Why not? I can remember how to get the fuck out of here. Oh, if you can't find it, grind it. You gotta admit, if anything, I've made it fun. AI trips me out. I don't even want to know why big freaking tires are at a Walbert of all places. Come on, go into gear. Really? You know what I didn't do? You know what I didn't do? Oh, great. It's raining. Splendid. Wonderful. Yep, 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 yep. Get back out on the road again, I'll do a little bit more talking about stuff. Just want to get out of this damn parking lot first. Thank you. Go into gear. Yeah, I got an interesting topic that I want to continue with relating to said job. really wish the sun would quit long enough for me to get a nice picture. Maybe the sun would come out, you know. Need a decent thumbnail was what I'm trying to get at. I imagine if I did it right here, it probably would look like crap. Let's see. I sure as hell didn't want to do that. And the pole's in the way too. Tell you what we're gonna do. We'll take a picture here, and maybe before I get to my final destination, the sun will come out. Maybe. Okay, so anyway, as I said, I started back Thursday. And Thursday was the ex-co-worker's last day. And one of the customers, why, I don't have a clue. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just a farm truck. He drops off this farm truck, right? And it's in pretty bad shape with mud and stuff. And you know, being that's my job to clean said vehicle, to make it look luxurious and freshened up or whatever. Nah, no big deal. Well, when I left from the place originally, I took all of my tools home. And one of the tools that I needed, which is a breaker bar, and if you don't know what a breaker bar is, use YouTube and type in the term breaker bar and you'll get an idea. So here it is that I'm using basically just a regular old 3/8 ratchet with a 6-point star head or star bit to get the screws out or bolts out. And I get to a point where one of the rear seat riser bolts is mounted in such a fashion that it's like on a 45-degree slant, basically where the drivetrain tunnel or drive axle, drive shaft tunnel, whatever you want to call it, sits. And being that it's such an awkward position, I needed to get something that I could, put some leverage on it with. So I ended up going to one of the guys and asking him if I could borrow if he had a piece of pipe or something that I could run over the ratchet with to get it out. And I don't like borrowing tools from people and stuff. That's just not how I like to do things. But he let me borrow this piece of pipe, and the pipe was probably 8 to 12 inches long. Maybe, I don't know, 2.5, 3 inches thick, or round rather. Just a piece of steel piping. And I had gotten all the bolts out that I needed to get out except for this one to get the rear seat out. And I put it up there, and here's where dumbass me made a mistake. Excuse me 1 second while I grab something to drink. So, as I was saying, here's where I made a mistake. I put my face, I leaned in over where I'm right-handed. I leaned in over where I'm trying to get this bolt out. So put all these things together. Piece of pipe, using it as leverage on a bolt that I'm trying to break loose. So what happens? Yep, you got that right. Lo and behold, I popped myself right in the damn nose with it. And the funny thing is that it didn't even hurt. Right? Alright, dude, come on, get over. Yeah, it didn't even hurt. But it busted my nose right wide open. And the good part about it is that even if it being that such a minor little scratch or gouge or cut or whatever you want to call it, the thing is about your face in general, like your mouth, your cheeks, your nose, your forehead, your eyebrows, any of that stuff that's got blood vessels and stuff associated with it, is gonna bleed like hell. And it looked a lot worse than what it really was. Excuse me. Luckily I didn't need stitches, so that was good. Didn't have to file a accident report, which is also good. If anything, I have to say that it hurt my pride more than it hurt my nose. The next day it was a little sore. I think I turned those off. Well, we might have a better picture opportunity coming up here in a minute, boys. And girls. I'm sure there's probably some girls that watch. Even though most people don't say a whole lot. See if we can catch it like right in here somewhere. Need to be kind of in a direction. I am not no photogenic person by any means when it comes to screenshots and stuff. I just try to make it to look to see the shadows on this side. So I really kind of need to stick more to this side than anything. Let's see, field of view. About there, depth of field. I blur everything. I think that'll work. We're gonna go with it anyway. All right, enough pictures. So yeah, I went in the bathroom, got me some paper towels and wetted it, cleaned up my face, got a band-aid for it, patched myself up, rolled on. Oh God, man. Amber alerts, Amber alerts, Amber alerts. Does anybody not watch their kids these days? I mean, that's like the third Amber alert I've gotten in like the last 2 days. I don't have any kids, but my God, come on. If you can lay down and have kids, or create kids and then have kids, whatever you want to call it, popping them out like pills, whatever. Again, I'm very blunt. Ladies, please close your legs. Gentlemen, please wear a condom. Or either of you go to the health department and get some birth control or something. If you're gonna keep having these damn kids and you're not gonna watch them, stop having them. Because what it all amounts down to is that people who pay taxes are having to take care of your kids because you're too damn lazy or sorry to do it. Now, if that rubbed anybody the wrong way, I'm sorry. Just expressing how I feel about the situation. It's bullshit. See, when I got fired, I didn't go out looking for any assistance as far as like anybody paying my way or whatever. I had help from family, which was very fortunate because there's a lot of people out there who can't do that, and I understand that. I respect that. I want people who needs the help to get the help, but people who abuse the help, fuck off. You know, don't. No, man, that ain't even cool. But all these people just having these kids and stuff, they don't even care about them enough to watch them or keep an eye on them. It's a wonder how come they keep getting kidnapped or missing or whatever. You know? Now, there's some genuine people that have lost their children due to being kidnapped and stuff. And it's essentially like the kids was taken right out of their hands and never seen again until, you know, the day they were found dead, or I don't know, just so happened to turn up one day. There's a lot of missing children out there, and it's very unfortunate that they can't be found for whatever reasons. And we're not going to get all into politics and stuff like that too regarding the situation about the government and kids, healthcare, taken care of, taxes, child support. You're not going to get all into any of that crap. Just try to stick on the topic. Was in went to a grocery store the other day. Yesterday, might have been, yeah, yesterday, day before yesterday. Oh man, I can't remember. A girl come out. She had a little boy with her. And the girl appeared to be, I don't know, maybe in her 20s. And the little boy won't even bother her soul. She took his toy away from him, yelled at him, told him to get in the damn car. This is very verbal abusive. And you know, you wonder in the child's life, going through or growing up in that type of an atmosphere, where do they end up at, you know? When the time comes, I mean, where do they actually end up being later on down the road? I don't know. It's just one of them things, I guess. You try your best to keep them out of prison, or out of jail, or out of trouble, whatever. And yet, some of them still find their way. Like my ex-coworker was telling me Thursday that his nephew, his oldest nephew, got into the situation where he was home. Now the note, now this is a federal offense, what I'm getting ready to say. The boy was at home and saw like a UPS or a FedEx guy drop a package off at a neighbor's house. Waited till the guy left. He went out of the house, walked around the back side of the property, and went right on the front porch and stole the person's package off their porch or steps or whatever. And he didn't even realize that he was being recorded when he did it. That to me makes absolutely no sense at all, man. So anybody who's watching, does watch, you have anything you want to say, leave a comment. I would suggest subscribing. Um, I'll upload content when I can. It may not be like a daily upload type deal, but I'll try my best to get it out when I can get it out. And help me reach my goal, please. Um, I need to get back to I need to get to 1,000 subscribers, and right now I'm at 549, and I would like to be able to get to 600, and then the next goal will be 7, the next goal will be 8, and so forth. And what happens is, once I get to that 1,000 subscribers, there'll be more people who watch my content, but also it'll get my videos back monetized, so I can get that extra $100 a month that YouTube gratefully took away from all of us little guys. You know, I'm not exactly sure what kind of let me see something real quick. Okay, so that's pretty much just straightforward then. I'm not sure exactly what type of content they're looking for everybody to make, like the basic people who upload stuff. I mean, you know, I'm not well known. I'm not one of these ass-kissing people who's expecting free handouts and such. I probably could have did a better job than that. Oh, I'm turning the wrong way again. I should have come in at a different angle, I think. Come on, get in gear now. I didn't say die on me. Just need you to get in the box. Get in the box. Right there, works perfect. Oh, cool. Achievement progress. Let's see, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm not, me myself, I'm not one of these ass kissing, sugarcoating people who's gonna just, you know, not say what's on his mind and not say what he feels about something. And maybe a lot of people don't like that. Maybe they want me to be, I don't know, goody goody, gimme gimme, sucky sucky, fucky fucky, whatever. No, that ain't me. I'm just gonna lay it on the line the way I see it and the way I call it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, then, you know, sorry. Anyway, thanks guys for coming and having a ride along with me. I greatly appreciate it, and again, I'll try to do more when I can. Between working and girlfriend and home life or whatever, it can be very hectic, and you're not always gonna be. I'm not always gonna be in a situation where I can sit down and do recordings and live streams and such. But anyhow, you guys take care and please show your support if you appreciate my content. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good day. Oh, and for the veterans out there, happy Veterans Day. Bless you.